If you were born before 1963, there is a federal processing window closing in 48 hours that most seniors don't even know exists. Right now, if your savings have crossed $24,999, your bank has a legal duty to file a report on you, not next month, not next week. The moment a specific dollar number gets hit, your name is fed into a federal database. And the most dangerous part? Most of you have already crossed that line. You just never saw the alert. There is one phone call that can pull you out of this trap before the window closes for good. Let me show you how to make that call today. Let me tell you what is really happening in the banking system right now because your bank is not telling you. Every bank in America follows a law called the Bank Secrecy Act. This law was passed in 1970. It was quietly updated in 2025, and it forces every teller, every branch manager, and every online banking system to watch your money like a hawk. The moment you walk into a branch with cash over $10,000, the bank files something called a currency transaction report. The moment you make several smaller deposits that look like you are trying to dodge that $10,000 line, the bank files something called a suspicious activity report. And here's the trap most seniors do not see coming. If you walk in 3 times in 1 week with $3,400 each time, the bank computer flags you. It does not matter if the money is from your pension. It does not matter if the money is a gift from your children on your birthday. The system does not care. It only sees a pattern on a screen. And that pattern triggers a report. That report goes straight to the IRS. And once the IRS has your name, they start pulling your Social Security file. They start checking your retirement accounts. They start scanning every transaction you have made in the last 3 years. The money you thought was private is sitting in a federal holding file right now, and most of you will never get a letter telling you it happened. But before I tell you the exact dollar amount and the exact name of the override, I need you to pause this video and do something for me. Go to the comment section below. Type in the state where you live and the year you started your very first job. Do not worry about your privacy right now. We are thousands of seniors standing together on this channel. The SSA watches how many people are engaging with these updates. The louder we are, the harder we are to ignore in Washington. Hit subscribe right now. Join the advocacy group so you get the update the moment it drops. Type your state and your start year below. I am going to read every single one of them myself, but the threshold is just the beginning. In the next 3 minutes, I am revealing the phone number that actually bypasses the automated bots and gets you to a real human at the IRS. And that human, with one sentence from you, can flip your file from flagged to exempt before the end of the day. So stay with me. Do not click away. Now listen carefully. The $24,999 number is not random. The federal system uses what they call a threshold trigger. When your savings hit a number just under $25,000, the alert software inside the bank starts generating a flag. This flag does not mean you did anything wrong. This flag does not mean you owe taxes. It just means somebody at the IRS now has permission to look at your account. And once they look, they do not stop looking. But there is something buried deep inside Section 121 of the Internal Revenue Code that most bank tellers have never heard of. Most IRS agents have never read it. It is on the books, and if you invoke it with the right words at the right time, your savings stay exactly where they belong, in your account, under your control. The IRS calls this an exempt status trigger in their 2025 submanual, but that phrase is not for the general public. That phrase is for the people who know how to find it. Now, I need you to share this video with one person you know who worked as a teacher, a police officer, a nurse, or a firefighter. These are the people the system hits the hardest. Send it to your neighbor. Send it to your cousin. Send it to the widow down the street who has been living alone since 2019 and keeps her money in a checking account because she never learned how a savings account worked. We are not letting our people get lost in this trap. We are making sure no one gets left behind. This is what advocacy looks like in real time. This is how we win. Now, let me tell you about what is called the processing queue. Every flagged senior goes on a hidden list inside the IRS computer. That list gets reviewed at the end of every quarter. If your name is on the list when the quarter closes, your file gets locked. Once it is locked, you cannot fix it until the next cycle opens, and the next cycle is months away. But there is a quiet override window. It runs in the last 2 weeks of every quarter. If you file a specific form during that window, your name gets pulled off the list, the flag gets cleared, your account stays open. And the worst part is this. Most seniors never even know the window exists because no one in the banking industry wants them to know. Banks make money off the confusion. Tax preparers make money off the panic. The whole system is wired for you to stay quiet. But you are not staying quiet today. You are about to learn the exact words that flip the script. The Congressional Budget Office confirmed in a 2024 report that the override exists. The SSA Inspector General referenced it in a public memo last spring, and the Internal Revenue Manual itself lists the procedure on page 421 of the 2025 submanual. This is not theory. This is law. and the law is on your side. Now, I need you to check your mail this week. I am talking about the physical mail, the white envelope, the one that comes from the United States Treasury. If you have received a letter that has a Treasury seal in the top left corner and the letter mentions a Form 1099 or a federal reporting notice, I need you to go to the comments section right now and type the words "check received." Do not include any other information. Just those two words. Our legal team is tracking how many of these letters are actually going out. The number we are collecting today will be presented to Congress next month. So check your mail, check your stack of papers on the kitchen counter. And if you find one of those envelopes, comment below right now. Now, let me explain the secret that most tax preparers do not understand. There is a difference between a currency transaction report and a suspicious activity report. They sound similar. They are not the same. The CTR only gets filed when cash crosses the $10,000 line. The SAR gets filed when the bank thinks you are trying to break your cash up to avoid that line. And here is the trap that has caught thousands of seniors this year alone. If you deposit $9,500 in cash on Monday and $9,500 in cash on Wednesday and another $9,500 in cash on Friday, your account gets SAR flagged. And a SAR is a federal document. It does not just sit at your bank. It goes to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. It goes to the IRS, and it goes to the Department of Justice. That single flag can trigger an audit. That single flag can freeze your Social Security direct deposit. That single flag can put a lien on your home if you do not fight back fast enough. But fighting back is exactly what we are going to teach you today because you have rights, and the IRS knows you have rights. This is where the magic begins. The IRS has a specific exemption for senior account holders. It is called an exempt status override. It is buried in the 2025 submanual, and it applies to anyone over the age of 59 and a half who can show that the flagged deposits came from a pension, a Social Security direct deposit, a retirement distribution, or a gift from a family member. The override wipes the SAR clean. The override tells the IRS computer that you are not a money launderer. The override tells them you are a grandmother who walked into the bank 3 times because her arthritis was acting up and she did not want to drive twice. The override was designed for you. It has been sitting on the shelf for years, and nobody told you about it. So how do you activate it? Here is the part that matters most. You do not go to your local bank branch. You do not go to your tax preparer. You pick up the phone. You call the IRS directly. You use the specific number designed for senior account issues, and when the automated voice answers, you do not press 1 for English. You press 0, then you press 2. That combination routes you past the bot and into the queue for a real human representative. The wait time is around 22 minutes right now, so make the call when you have time to sit down. Do not make the call when you are rushed. The agent is going to ask your name. They are going to ask for the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. They are going to pull your file, and here is where most seniors freeze. They start telling the agent their life story. They start apologizing. They start saying things they should never say. Do not do that. We are going to give you the exact script. But first, I need you to do something for me that takes 2 seconds. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell, and here is why this matters more than anything else I have said so far. Our legal team is putting together a public record to show the SSA that the American people are watching these updates. The more subscribers this channel has, the more weight that record carries in court. The next hearing on the Fairness Act is in 11 days. If we hit the subscriber number we are aiming for by then, our attorneys get to present the size of our movement as evidence. Your subscription is not just a click. It is a vote. It is your fingerprint on a legal filing. So subscribe right now. Subscribe before we get to the phone script, because the script is coming in 90 seconds, and I do not want you to miss a single word. Now, I need you to like this video. I need you to hit the thumbs up button, and I need you to understand why. The like button is not just a metric. The like button is a public vote. And these votes are being collected by a coalition of legal teams working on the Fairness Act for seniors. When you like this video, you are voting for the Fairness Act. You are voting to expand senior exemptions. You are voting to put a stop to the SAR flag traps that have been freezing Social Security checks across 9 different states. You are voting for the grandmother who cannot drive to the bank anymore. You are voting for the widower who has never read a tax form in his entire life. The like button is the easiest thing you will ever do today, and it might be the most powerful click you have ever made. So hit like right now. And then we go to the script. Okay, pick up your phone, open your notes app, write down the script I am about to give you word for word, because when you get a real human at the IRS, you only get 1 shot at this. The first 90 seconds of the call are the only minutes that matter. Everything after that is damage control. So write this down. When the agent says, "How can I help you today?" you say these exact words. I am calling to request a formal manual redetermination under the 2025 Internal Revenue Manual guidelines for exempt status override on my flagged savings account. The reference number is in Submanual Section 421. I need a corrected status determination before the close of this quarterly cycle. The agent is going to pause. The agent is going to ask you to repeat it. Repeat it word for word. Do not soften it. Do not apologize. Do not say things like, I might be wrong, but I think I read somewhere. You are not wrong. You are not confused. You are invoking the law. So say it like you mean it. Now, the agent is going to try to put you on hold. They do this every time. They put you on hold so the system can run a background check on you. They put you on hold to gather information about your flagged deposits. They put you on hold because they are trying to figure out how to discourage you from filing the override. Politely refuse the hold. Say, I am requesting that we resolve this today on the call. Do not raise your voice. Do not threaten. Just stay calm and repeat the sentence. They will try 3 times. Refuse all 3 times. After the third refusal, the agent is going to do one of 2 things. They will either transfer you to a senior representative who has actual authority to make the override change, or they will tell you to file the request in writing. If they tell you to file in writing, you say, I am requesting a recorded confirmation that I am being redirected from a verbal override. Please give me the case number and the name of the supervisor on this call. That sentence forces them to put a record in the system, and once the record is in the system, you have legal protection. They cannot hide your call. They cannot pretend you never asked. When you get to the senior representative, you give them your name, your date of birth, and the state where you live. Then you say, I am invoking my exempt status as a pension recipient and Social Security beneficiary under the 2025 submanual. Please confirm my account is no longer SAR flagged. They will ask for documentation. You say, I can provide my annual Social Security award letter and my most recent pension distribution statement within 72 hours. Can you accept those by fax or by secure upload on the official portal? They will say yes. The override goes into effect. Your flag gets cleared, your money stays yours. But we are not done, because the override only fixes today's flag. Tomorrow, your bank could trigger another one. So here's the long-term move. You go back to your bank branch. You sit down with the branch manager in person. You bring your Social Security award letter. You bring your pension statement, and you say, I want to put a standing exempt notation on this account so I do not get SAR flagged again. They will look at you like you are speaking a foreign language. That is okay. Stay calm. Say, this is a standard procedure under the Bank Secrecy Act Customer Exemption Guidelines. Please check your internal compliance manual. They will check, and they will find it. Because the procedure exists, they were just never going to tell you about it. Now comes the part I want you to hear with your whole heart. You have worked your entire life for the money in that account. You raised your children on that money. You buried your spouse with that money. You survived 3 recessions, 1 pandemic, and a housing crash on that money. You did not work 50 years to have a computer in Washington decide you are a money launderer. You did not raise your family to be flagged like a criminal because you walked into a bank with a birthday check from your grandson. That is not what this country is supposed to be, and we are not going to let it be that way. The system is built to count on your silence. The bureaucrats in Washington go home at 5 p.m. and they do not think about your flag once. They do not know your name. They do not know that you drove 45 minutes to a branch yesterday because you wanted to deposit your pension in person. They do not know that you have been afraid to touch your savings since the news started talking about bank seizures. They do not know that you have been losing sleep wondering if a freeze on your account means you cannot pay your electric bill this winter. Today we are forcing them to know. Today we are speaking up. You are not alone. There are thousands of us on this channel right now. We are teachers, we are veterans, we are nurses, we are factory workers, we are mothers and fathers who did everything right and still get treated like suspects by our own government. We are standing together because we know that the only way to beat this system is to refuse to be silent. Every comment you leave, every video you share, every friend you call and tell about that white envelope, every like you click, every subscribe you hit, it all adds up, it all matters, it all pushes back against the trap. Watch this video one more time before you put down your phone. Take notes on the script. Write down the words you need to say to the IRS representative. Write down the words you need to say to the branch manager. Write down the state where you live and the year you started your first job. And then tomorrow morning before breakfast, before the news, before anything else, make the call. Pick up the phone, dial the number, and speak those exact words into the receiver. I will be back here tomorrow with the next update from Washington. We have another 24 hours of new information coming in overnight. The Inspector General's office is releasing a new public memo on Monday. The Fairness Act Coalition is filing its next round of evidence on Wednesday, and there is a second override procedure we have not shared anywhere yet. That procedure is going to be the headline of tomorrow's video, so hit subscribe right now, ring that bell, and make sure you are part of this movement because we are not done. We are just getting started, and we are not going to stop until every senior in this country gets to keep what they earned.